The concept here is simple. I have a collection of statements that I will address the panel with. They're all about sports. And the key is you have to answer without waffling. In other words, what Mike Leslie does all the dang time.
Wow.
So let's get started with topic number one.
Okay.
This is the best year in Dallas sports history, and it's not going to matter whether the Stars or the Mavs flame out in the first round. Mike, what do you think?
No.
Oh.
Why is this even in? No. Just because the Rangers won the World Series?
No, because this is the first time all of these teams have been so good during their regular season that they enter playoffs with momentum and stakes attached to it.
And we've seen two of those three go belly up in try one and try two in the riding that momentum into the postseason.
Again, in Dallas history, none of these teams have won championships during the same year. So we already have 1/5 of this thing set in stone. In other words, the Rangers have already done it. We have the Stars at the top seed. The Cowboys were, or at least close enough to a bye. The Mavs entered with momentum. The Wings had a phenomenal season. When was the last time all five of these teams had regular seasons this dominant and impressive?
Okay, well, first of all, they didn't all exist at the same time, but for like relatively recently. Listen, we can talk about basketball, hockey, kickball, golf. We are in a football state driven by a football team that knows how to underwhelm us in the month of January better than any football team in the last 25 years. So hell no is this the best year in the history of DFW sports, because the Cowboys keep laying an egg in the playoffs and they're going to do it again. So absolutely not. There's no waffling on this one. There's no Mike Leslie-ish on this. No way.
So,
yeah, no. I'm with Matt. Coach, how about you? What do you think?
Coach, are there any other teams besides the Cowboys?
Oh man, this is going to be a hard one, but I'm going to say one of the best. It depends how you define success.
Oh, that's
right?
waffling, Coach. It's got to be yes or no here.
Yes, it is, because of the Dallas Wings, and you didn't mention one professional sports team, and that's our lacrosse team, our Panther City, that made the playoffs currently. They're part of our family, so I'm going to mention them as well.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for. All right.
I'm still on no, but hey,
I'm just focusing on us.
all those things are good things. Having all these teams be good at the same time is obviously better for business for all of us, but no.
All right. Let's move on to statement number 2. We don't need AllStar Games anymore. We'll have a conversation about weekends, but they're not part of this. The games in and of themselves, the Pro Bowl, the AllStar Game, we don't need that as a showcase anymore to showcase these sports.
I'm with you. I'm fine with that. Get rid of them. They serve the only one that serves any purpose is the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. That's the only one that still feels worth it, at least a little bit. But if we're just blanket statement getting rid of all of them, I'm cool with that.
Keep them around. We need something to complain about. We're nothing if we are not complaining. And I'm excited because I know it's going to happen. The reason the NFL Pro Bowl went away because players quit trying because they don't want to get injured. So now they're playing a flag football game where these idiots are jumping up in the air to catch footballs. What's going to happen? They're going to sprain an ankle. They're going to tear an ACL, or worse, they're going to
collide heads without helmets on.
It's going to happen. And the other one, the reason why I want the NBA one to stick around, I want to see if they can score like 500 combined points. I mean, since no one's playing defense, all these guys are throwing up 30-footers like they're layups. And now it's just how many points can you score in a 48-minute game?
Coach Trammell, how about you?
I'm not going to say this. You guys have got to have me back. This is more fun I've had in the past week. This is absolutely fantastic, listening to these comments. I'm going to say keep it. And the reason why I'm saying that, I had 2 All-Stars and saw 2 in Enrique this past season. It's great for the fan base. It brings in more revenue. It gives these players an opportunity to make more money. I agree, 500 points, sure. But it's a lot of fun. And if we can get through it without injuries, that's the best part. But I'm going to say keep it. And I hope Dallas gets an All-Star game very soon.
Well, we are getting the baseball one, so be prepared for that one. All right, let's move on now to the final statement. Statement number 3. NIL is destroying college athletics. This is a yes or no situation here. I'm not going to hear any discussion about, well, it's helping some athletes. And is this going to end up destroying college athletics as we know it?
I'm on no. No, I think it was long overdue for these guys and girls to be getting the money that they're getting. No, it's not destroying college athletics.
No, absolutely not. Now, it is going to create a wider chasm between the power schools and the schools that have the money to invest in college sports
Yep.
and those that don't have as much money. But this idea, I've heard this 1,000 times. Oh, it's going to die. It's dying. It's dying. If you want to see something that's dying, go to a mall. Go look at all these places that are going out of business. That's what something that looks like it's dying. It doesn't look like to me. When I was at the college football championship game between Michigan and Washington, and there's 80,000 fans there paying $500 a pop to watch that, yeah, that's not dying.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's fine too. And there's a misconception that they're going to, these players that were drafted are going to lose that and can't bring that money and endorsements to the WNBA. They can. And so I think it's really, yeah, that's right. And so I think it's fantastic and good for them.